Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.
Welcome, Quadry, to the Beyond Beats and Culture Ether. That's what I want to call this, because this is our first interview. He's in the ether now.
Yes, sir.
He's in the space of Beyond Beats and Culture.
Okay.
First off, I want to ask, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine, man. I just ate some good ass chicken wings. I'm ready. I'm fueled up. I'm ready to, answer y'all questions.
All right, cool. Now, this is an artist who we recently reviewed on the channel. His recent album, titled "A Magnolia." This is your second project, right? I believe.
Not second project.
Like this is second full-length LP.
Yeah, it's the second one that was commercially for that I didn't drop solely by myself. So yeah, this is my second commercial album. But as far as like projects, it's like
second
fifth, sixth, sixth, seventh.
So, what would you consider your first one?
Malik Ruff.
Like your commercial. Malik Ruff.
Yeah, because that was like everywhere. That was up for sale.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I got, because I'm thinking of like, they think we ghetto.
That was.
I know you put
that was
on
by
a
myself.
few,
Yeah.
Right.
I put that on DistroKid.
Okay.
All right, cool. So I want to say welcome. I'm hoping you're having a great day. Obviously, we've been listening to this album. We really enjoyed this album on this channel right here, because a few weeks ago, for the people who have not seen our review, make sure you go check it out. I was not familiar with who you are or your work until my cousin right here, my co-host, actually sent me some of your stuff and said, "Oh, let's review this guy." Didn't know who you were. I saw the president aesthetic or logo. I saw you had a little theme around it. I currently like an anime villain who is also deemed the president. So I was like, all right, let's see what this is about. Yeah. And when I first heard you in the album, I think you probably heard it on a review. I thought you sounded like Currency. I mean, obviously you're from Louisiana, so you have the same exact, not the same exact accent, but you have a very similar accent.
I told him he was bugging, bro. I'm like,
not vocally like that, but accent wise, you could hear it. But I said, Currency is just nasally. Yeah, that's all it is.
Where y'all from?
Texas.
Yeah, all Texas niggas kind of sound alike to me.
No.
I can assume y'all feel the same about this.
Nah, y'all all don't sound the same, but I can definitely tell.
I know the difference from a new. Say it again. I think you.
Hold on, what part of Texas y'all from?
All right, we from like the Houston area, but we live in Dallas too. We got Houston and Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sound like Dallas.
They don't.
To me. If we break it down, but y'all still say swing. Y'all still got the same
swangers.
Yeah. So, so if a nigga from Houston come out, I'll be like,
Houston culture. Yeah, that's a lot more like Houston.
But I'm saying, I know the difference from a New Orleans accent and a Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
No, he's from Dallas. Ice cream paint job, DeRoe, he's from Dallas.
He's from Dallas, yeah.
But the same kind of car culture, ice cream paint jobs.
Yeah, car culture.
Yeah.
We just putting in Houston, we putting foes on there. In Dallas, they want to put 32s on their car.
Yeah, and it looks disgusting.
Looking nasty, bro.
Yeah, okay.
But nah, they used to. I don't know if the culture it ain't like that no more, but around that time when Houston became real popular, 05, 06, when things like Mike Jones and all them popped off, Dallas was more big dunks, kind of similar to Miami. They was trying to have big rims on their car, and then in Houston we riding foes. You know what I'm saying? You got slangers. You know what I mean? Pop trunk. You know what I mean?
But I don't sound
nothing
like
that.
Yeah. I don't sound nothing like
you don't sound like.
To me, but I can see why people
maybe I
would say that.
Listen to that the Alchemist stuff.
I'm like, man, you don't sound like no Currency, bro.
Accent wise, yes.
No, not to me, bro.
Because I be trying to hear what people be saying though. Like, boy, look, I be type of comparisons. Niggas say I look like Kanye. Niggas say I sound like Jid. Boy, all type of shit. I be like,
okay, I can kind of see that one. I can see that one a little bit.
Because the pitch?
Yeah,
voice,
it's the pitch. It's the pitch. That's the only reason. But I don't think they
rap
nothing.
Oh yeah, but
no. It's literally vocally. You could kind of sound like them. Similar. But I can definitely tell the difference if those two would be rapping beside each other.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you've kind of established your own voice, especially when it comes to like not necessarily separating yourself from Louisiana artists, but from what I've noticed, especially with a lot of the bigger Louisiana artists that we currently know of today, or a lot of people know of today, like a Kevin Gates, a Boosie, maybe a Youngboy, a Wayne. Then there's you. You all like kind of have like your unique style with how you guys sound and how you guys rap from Louisiana, which is something to actually be notable, especially with a project like this. We really don't have any blog era sounding Louisiana artists, maybe besides a Currency.
Well, he's like a new generation.
Yeah, but if you listen to his sound, and I'm pretty sure he can attest to this as well, he sounds like he could fit in the blog era during that time, sonically, from how his production is. Do you think so?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I'll be honest with y'all, because when I was hearing y'all interviewing, you said that, I mean, that was my intent. I wanted to make something that could stand next to those things. You know, but just by, I mean, that's the shit I was listening to, and you know, my 10th grade English class. So it's like that's what I consider good rap. But yeah, just like how those blog era niggas, you know, was trying to make shit that could stand next to 90 shit. So you know, it's the same extension.
So I guess another question I have, because I believe he did talk about the blog era, at least in the album. I'm not sure. Obviously, you referenced Big Crit, which I'm a huge Big Crit fan myself. And you did interpolate one of his actual lyrics from Lions and Lambs off of Return of Forever. What were some of the projects, I guess, that helped inspire this one right here, whether it be sonically, how you rapped, or just the quality of the music that you had on here?
Man, it's a
You don't have to name them all, but if you could just name like them off the top of your head.
The ones that popped on top of my head, 10 popped on the top of my head. T.I. Trap Music, Good Kid, Mad City by Kendrick Lamar, Return of Forever by Big Crit.
Love to hear it.
Wait, can I switch that one out? I'm gonna switch that one out for Forever and a Day, because that's really my favorite Big Crit project.
Okay.
I just chose to pick Lions and Lambs because that was on the same album as Time Machine, I think.
Yeah, it was.
So,
it's on Return of Forever.
Okay, so but Time Machine, me and my friends, that's a memory that's gonna always stick out to me. The first time we smoked like good weed or like purple. We played Big Crit, Time Machine, Chopped and Screwed. Oh my god.
Change our life, bro.
Yeah, bro. We had to be driving.
You know who else is on that song, right?
Bro. Huh?
Yeah.
I say, you know who else is on that song, right? Chameleon and my boy.
Chameleon.
Bro, we had to be driving 2 miles per hour, bro. My time
Everybody see me.
When
Don Kennedy.
No, it was dark as fuck. No, it was dark. Like we just like listening to the music, driving slow.
Yeah.
So you know, like we driving to the pace of the music. But so Forever and a Day, shit. Raekwon, Only Big Cuban Links.
Oh, okay.
Webby, Savage Life.
Classic.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Juvenile, 400 Degrees. Mad Villain.
Okay, Mad Villain.
So yeah. So the dang on in my mind. You know, Nas, Illmatic, Aquemini. So you know, y'all, you know, y'all can hear the music, and y'all know what it is.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I also like when he was saying like how you made your own like lane for Louisiana artists. Like to me, I feel like you like you just the era of like us, our generation. Just we don't have to rap about the stuff Boosie was rapping about, stuff Kevin Gates rapping. You rap about. You can rap in a different way. Like we listen to the different music. Like you could tell you listen to other genres of music, especially from if you're going back to your older project like Malik Ruff, like some of the instrumentation. Like just I just feel like this is a kid that listened to more than just one genre. Because I already know, being in Baton Rouge, I know Boosie was heavy. Because Boosie was heavy in my household. You know what I'm saying? So he in the city. So I already know it was big there. So like what I was saying was, it seems like you created your own lane like you like the newer generation of like Louisiana rappers that, you know, you can speak from a different perspective. Because I feel like, you know, you have the Kevin Gates, the NBA Youngboys, and Boosie them, you know, they speak from more like street dude perspective or whatever. And you could be like, hey, I'm that kid that was around it, you know, dabbled, you know what I'm saying? And like also, it's different production. Oh no, it's just a whole different lane to me. You know what I'm saying? That's why like it was refreshing to hear that from like, especially like being so close in like proximity with like this, you know, being from the South. I was like, all right, we have a kid, like somebody that's like us. Like when I heard Malik Ruff like years ago, I was like, yo, this is dope. He from Baton Rouge, like, tripped me out. You know what I'm saying? Like you was like definitely listening to other music. That's
yeah, that's. I mean, you know, that's a good feeling knowing, you know, that he tripped you out, because that's the whole point of the music. Like, you know, it's the whole point of like, I'm not supposed to be thinking this deeply about my surroundings. You see what I'm saying? Right. It flips all stereotypes on his head. Like, oh wait, this nigga from the South and he rap good and the beats, and then wait, the cover arts look. Oh wait, he doing some of the videos too, and all. Wait, he telling a story. Hold on, wait a minute, now. You show this nigga from the South, so you know. So that's what it's. You know, that's what I. Not saying how I designed it to be, but just I don't know, because you know I didn't have a special upbringing. I mean, my mom liked movies and music, so that's what was in the house, and you know, I guess I'm a natural writer. Like I always was a good, you know, like I was always good with words. So, you know, I guess that manifested in, you know, how I put out the music and how I put it together. But yeah, like, you know, just, you know, and then too, I didn't have any big brothers. So I was like the big cousin. And so like I didn't have nobody to put me on the shit. I always the one to find stuff first, you know. So I didn't have a older influence to guide me in certain things. So it's like, yeah, I'm listening to like just even where I got my rappers. You know, I was on Picture the Plains early, like, you know, like damn near like, you know, like I was still in high school type shit, and you like, you know, like niggas was still on World Star. So, and even I was late, you know, being from the South. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. So it's like, you know, that's how I kind of got. I guess if you want to call it alternative edge, but yeah, that's what just the sound of the times, bro. Niggas got internet. Niggas did not have Wi-Fi in 2002. So
that's what I'm saying. Like you just of that ilk of like, you know, the kids that was on the blogs. You know what I'm saying? Pitching and playing, Two Dope Boys, Hot New Hip Hop, like all these around that time. You know, that's all like, you could tell, like when I heard Malik Ruff, I'm like, this reminds me as well. It's like he's of that. Because I know you had another project, like a mixtape, I think. American
Me. That was on SoundCloud.
Yeah, American Me. Yeah. I never got to listen to it, but I knew about it. I never got to really check it out.
Oh yeah. It's cool. I mean,
I'm gonna have to check it out.
When I go look back at my stuff, I be surprised sometimes, because I be like, oh, I ain't really, not to, you know, sound crazy, but like I ain't never really made a bad. Anything I made bad was, I mean, it just didn't come out. Like I didn't make no bad shit. Like, you know how niggas be like, yeah, you know, like I ain't never.
Yeah.
To be honest, like I swear to God, because I'm trying to think of something that came out and like y'all can go look up that's bad. Like I can't think of nothing, because like even from the beginning I was so like, nah, let's put this out. No, let's put that out. And you know, I was very intentional about what each piece of music, what I wanted it to do and how I wanted it to play into each other. So yeah,
I understand.
I kind of wish I made bad shit sometimes. Kind of lower the expectations.
Yeah, I feel that. Cause hey, bro, your next follow up, man.
Yeah, the way you talking about Malik Ruff, like
like for real, Malik Ruff. But I'm like, the follow up to this right here, I don't know what you gonna do, man. What you gonna do,
that's
man?
Been stressing me the fuck out, bro. I swear to God, that's been stressing me out. Like,
bro, I was like, hey, we got some this right here. This is good work right here.
Want to know what's crazy? I felt the same way with They Think We Ghetto. I was like, how the fuck I'm gonna top this shit?
Right.
How the fuck I'm top? And so I always kind of figure it out, but I don't know. I think maybe there's no topping this. There's only doing something different. You know, I can't make a better Ask a Magnolia. I mean, that's impossible. You know, it is what it is. So, you know, just doing something different. But I'm percolating on what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna give y'all a tidbit. I'm gonna give y'all an exclusive.
Okay.
What do the Boondocks, Black Jesus have in common?
Adults.
Y'all don't gotta answer it. Y'all just gotta think about it. What do they have in common? Who created both of them? Had a hand in it. Wait, fuck it. I think I forgot. But Aaron McGruder and Aaron McGruder inspired. Cause like I don't want to leave Easter eggs and it's like it's not the right Easter egg. And then y'all like, what the fuck? They don't got nothing to common with each other, nigga. What you talking about?
Look, I'm over here. Adult Swim.
Adult Swim. You talking about the program, the channel.
But
like before we go into the album, bro, like I listened to They Think We Ghetto, right? Like when it came out, and then I re-listened to it just to have a refresher, right? And I was thinking, man, he been listening to some Memphis music or something, right? And then it was so crazy. I listened to your interview about it, and you was talking about it. I was like, I knew it. I wasn't bugging it. It gave you that Memphis sound, bro. I was like, I knew it. I wasn't tripping because I doubt we gonna listen to Project Pat, jam some
Juicy J.
No, not even the underground stuff, bro. That's why I told you the Denzel Curry album reminded me of like that old Memphis stuff he put out recently.
Pimp,
Skinny Pimp, his name, yeah, all them, gangsta.
Kingpin, Skinny Pimp. We was definitely
all
on
that. Yeah.
Want to know what's crazy? Want to know who got me into that? And it kind of goes back into the album. Cardo played me.
Yeah.
Booming in the Projects by Kingpin, Skinny Pimp. I was like, what the fuck is this? And that led me on to my whole old school Memphis tape era. Cause I was like, oh wait, this shit sound like some shit a nigga would make on his computer.
Yes, bro. Yeah.
I mean, no, they didn't. Yeah, cause that was 96, 90. I mean, they probably had computers. But it sounded like some a nigga would making Fruity Loops.
Yeah.
Like booming in the like the sample. I'm like, oh my God, this shit's so fucking hard. And kind of at the time too, it had to be 6 months. You know, it wasn't too much longer after that. The kind of whole Memphis kind of thing kind of blew up. When I blew up, but like y'all remember that 2017, 2018, like XXX Tentacion, and like those type of stuff that was obviously like G Herbo with the free.
Yeah.
You know that shit was, so yeah, that's kind of a precursor or aftertaste to that era, because that's really what I always listen to. Lil Scope, Kingpin, Skinny Pimp, Gangsta Black, Tommy Wright the Third, like
Tommy Wright the Third is another one.
Yeah, so
I think
when we was making
Denzel had him on his album, I'm not mistaken. It's like an intro. He was like introing Tommy Wright, if I'm not mistaken.
I know Kingpin Skinny, he was the one that did a lot of the narration for that.
It was that I know. I was listening to Tony Wright the Third from somebody.
He might have been a feature on that album.
I could be, but sure. I know. I remember all that. Yeah. Tony Wright the Third. I'm like, I used to be on YouTube just listening to all this Memphis stuff back in the day. All of the old tapes.
Yeah, bro. Like it's lo-fi hip hop. Same shit.
Yeah, that's all it was. Yes, sir.
So, going into this album, I feel like I can say that this is a very personal album for you. Because earlier today, I actually went to go, before we actually did this interview, I went to go listen to Malik Ruff. And while I can see what you're doing right there, I feel like this one, with this album right here, with Ask a Magnolia, was a bit more of a linear, and it felt like it was like you knew what you was aiming for specifically on this one versus Malik Ruff, where it necessarily isn't the same. Like, it shows your identity and it shows like your personality, your creativity. But to me, Ask a Magnolia to me kind of tells more of a story from whether it be others' perspective, your perspective, and just more so your life itself. I wanna know, what's up with the president aesthetic right here? Because in the front, you see like you got the president suit on, you got the face paint on. In one music video, you have all blue. Another music video, you have red and white to signify the stripes and all that. What does this mean?
I mean, it means a lot of things, bro. It means a lot of things. Okay, let's break down the symbol. Oh, well, okay, we got to go all the way back. The first video I dropped to announce the album is me and my partner smoking, and we watching the Confederate flag burn. So we burning that symbol and everything that goes along with that symbol. Now, when you go to the American flag, we all Americans here by, by right, by birth. So when we use that flag, especially when it's in our hands, like that's the only time. Not saying that when black people using it, that's the only time that it could be used for good, because I mean, if we want to be honest, we're complicit in like everything that America does. Black people kind of had this saying like, those are white people problems, but it's like we be in their armies, we pay their taxes, we sign their record deals, we're fully complicit in the American machine and the empire. So it's like the meaning to that was like, yeah, yo, let's put the mirror up. I'm an American. I'm a black American. I'm if America had children, I would be the first and the one that's the most disrespected and I guess disregarded. So it's like, that's, it's just clashing symbols together, and me being who I am and what I am. Firstly, I'm an artist, so it's like, that's kind of my job, is to take symbols and throw them against each other, to make something explosive. And secondly, me being a black man in America is like, yo, my grandfather's grandfather's grandfather been here, and like, and I know y'all see them videos with the nigga in London, and like London people, like, where are Americans from? Where am I? Like, this experience is quintessentially American. The magnolia is the Louisiana state flower.
Okay,
and
it was a flower.
So the magnolia is just a metaphor for being a black person as well. Like, if you want to know the real, just ask me, and I'm gonna tell it to you truthfully with the flag
that
on my
makes
face.
Complete sense in context with the album.
Yeah,
because we was wondering what a magnolia was, because we knew it was a plant, but we knew it was something significant to Louisiana as well. We just couldn't pinpoint what exactly it meant.
And but with you saying about America, I was thinking like, I think he was just saying like this, like we Americans. Remember I was saying that like, I think this is America. Like this is also a part of America. Like I was thinking about this as well, bro. Like you see people that come over, and sometimes they think America shows all the glitz and the glam, right? But like we go through things over here as well. You know what I'm saying? And like this is another story that sometimes is not at the forefront of America. I don't know. That's just also what I looked at it as well. Like, hey, it's another story.
Bro, it's super up for interpretation, and I think that's a good thing about it, because it's like, to be honest too, y'all, I didn't like the album cover when my design guy first showed it to me. I was like, yo, this is too on the nose. This is too much American shit clashing. But when he sent me the updated version, I was like, okay, now I see what's going on, because the colors were brighter, just the overall, just the image as well was sharper. So I was like, okay, this is gonna definitely catch some eyes. Like, this is definitely gonna make people ask, like, who is this and why is he doing this?
That was my sentiments when I first saw it, because I'm like, what is this? Because for me, I judge a book by its cover a bit, to a degree, because when I first see an album cover, I'm like, what does this mean? Like one of the better stories for me to use is when he sent me the Minstrel Show by the Little Brother for the first time. I'm like, what is this cover right here? I'm like, what are you doing? But then when you listen to the album, I'm like, oh, okay, this makes sense. This ties in. I get it. So I am glad that you were able to explain basically two questions in one, because I was going to ask what a magnolia was. But now that you clarified it, that makes it even better there. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like the fact that
I thought you weren't gonna tell us, bro, because I know some artists like want you to just interpret it. Like they don't want you to, know. You know what I mean?
Man, look, I did all this thinking to put this shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all niggas know. The fuck that mean?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Nah,
Yeah.
this shit layered and it's deep.
Right.
Shit,
I feel you, bro.
but it's layered and it's deep. But on surface, it's just dope. Like, dope. Like,
Yeah.
This nigga then painted his face an American flag. He got this suit on. You like running with this TV. Like, what's going on? Like, has this nigga lost his mind?
Right.
Especially with a suit and you in the South, I know you was high and doing shooting the music videos.
Hey,
Bro, you know what's crazy? Cause when I travel or like when I've been away from home for a long time, I can tell how hot it really is. Like being here for like 8 months and shit, it's like I kind of gain a tolerance to it. But bro, yeah, I mean, I didn't even break a sweat. Like I had like makeup on and everything. I didn't even break a sweat.
for real?
But like if I be gone for like 4 months, I come back, nigga, all this shit be wet. Like my whole body be wet. So it's like, I mean, cause it's crazy when you said that. I was like, damn, was I hot? I don't remember myself being super hot. Cause I would have definitely complained. So, but I was like, oh no. So yeah, like that's another talk for another day.
Right on.
So before we actually get into the album and start breaking down some of these songs, one more question I have: what was the approach for coming towards this album versus like a Malik Ruff? Like, what was like your thought process of going like, okay, I want to go like, I know you said earlier that you can't make a better version of A Magnolia. Like, you can't make an A Magnolia version 2. You just got to make a different album, which obviously we could really see that in these 2 different albums right here, from Malik Ruff to A Magnolia. I want to know, I guess, what was the approach of going towards this one and be like, I want to get more personal. I want to have more of this, more of this representation, this loaded representation from the album cover to the actual music itself, and from some of the themes and some of the stories that you actually tell upon this album.
So yeah, man, my whole thing, I wanted to take the best things I did with Malik Ruff and the best things I did with A Magnolia and mail that, one of the words, with my new found prowess as an MC. Like, I'm a way better rapper than I was, or like just by heads and shoulders, which is scary because I was already a very good one. But it's just the narrative, like just my lyric, just my my writer's eye, what I can describe in detail, got way sharper, and my just trying out different flows too, like, because a lot of these songs got flows I ain't never done, like, triple time, double time, and these real songs, just like y'all said in the review, I got intros going in the hooks and shit, so it's like what I did with Malik Ruff, just expanding on that for like the song craft, and with They Think We Ghetto for it's like the cultural focus and the narrative, and expand upon those things and put those 2 things together.
I just put everything together pretty much, like, because you doing something for some years, obviously you're gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, much better rapper, bro. Like your storytelling and like you said, attention to detail, like you bring I'm like, yo, that's like, even though I'm skipping, just to think of a song like the funeral service when you was talking about how your throat, like in that part, I'm like, yo,
his tongue swelled up, and if he could almost swallow it.
My tongue, I was like, hey, see, I like that. That's a good attention to detail, make you actually visualize something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's good.
Yeah, and that's the rap I always like. That's the rap, like, that's a rip. That's a page out of Scarface book. Like, that's one of my favorite rapper. Like, nigga, like, that's Scarface up and down. But it's like, I just, I've been to funerals before, and I remember how I felt. And I remember, the scene of what it was. Like, young niggas in black, drunk, angry, and strapped. Like, good raps, they damn near write themselves. The truth rhymes. A lot of, bro, I swear to God, the truth rhymes. Like, if I'm trying to think of a rap or some shit to come across my mind, and it's the truth, 10 times, like, I don't gotta make it up. It just rhymes for some weird reason. I don't know why, but
Well, I was saying in the interview, the review, that I feel like you rap when you got something to say. It seemed like it's like you don't want to just flood the market with music. I feel like you want to if you want to rap, you want to put something out that you have something to say. I don't know, that's how I felt especially from this album. And
that's always the goal.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have times where it's like I just want to put a lot of music out just to exercise in front of the audience,
Okay.
Get the oohs and ahs and me metaphorically,
right,
doing a backflip through a fucking flaming hoop, That's where the Twami tape comes from, and that's where the Jansport J shit comes from. Just me trying to get better in front of people. That's I'm a mixtape era nigga too, so I remember that era when it was just rapping, just not saying just for the sake of rapping, because now we know it was commercial intents behind it. Like Wayne ain't just do the mixtapes just because he loved to rap. He had heavy competition, 50 Cent, T.I., Gucci, so it's like he was, he did that out of necessity, so.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Now, before we actually had some technical difficulties, one thing I was praising you on your album that we did on the album review was that even though you said like you want to lyrically exercise yourself with the pen, and you kind of want to put out songs here and there, like you wish you could put out more quantity of actual music. One thing I appreciated about your album is that you don't just give me a regular 16, then you give me a hook, then you give me another regular 16. No, you actually kind of vary it up, and I feel like your main focus is not just to bar me out or like just throw lyrics at me, but to also construct a good sounding song. And to me, while lyrics to me ain't the forefront, and it is an important factor, especially when you're trying to relay a message or relay some type of relatability or story, the fact that you can actually make something that sonically sounds pleasing to my ear that I want to replay is an even more important factor for me personally, because the song got to sound good. That's one thing I always say: the song got to sound good. You can rap me to death, but if it don't sound good, I'm not listening to it again.
Facts. Me neither, bro. And like that's the main thing too. I kind of wanted to break down the misconception about like niggas who can rap can make good songs. Like, and so this whole album is about turning misconceptions on their head or turning stereotypes on their head. So yeah, like I really appreciate that you pointed that out, because I really tried to make my bottom line thing. I'm trying to be understood. That's it. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, it's all good.
Nah, I was just turning you up a little more.
Yeah. So yeah, my bottom line thing, bro. I want to be understood. That's why I became a good rapper. To be understood better as a rapper, you have to make better songs, or songs people can embrace without having a lot of context. That's really what I think I mastered with this album, making the song that people can enjoy without that much context. For example, Can You Blame Me? Take Can You Blame Me off the album and just play it at a party. You don't have to know shit about Ask A Magnolia, why I called it this, and man, why I did that. You don't got to know none of that. You just gonna sing along to the song. Ha 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 ha. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just little things like that goes a long way into what you said, Chase. Wanting to listen to the song again. You see what I'm saying? Because shit like that sticks into your head. Like, ha, 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 like you driving. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, we put that on. You see what I'm saying? So.
That's one thing I also liked about your songs. Like, you had some character in these songs. Like, you was doing things, like different things with your voice and stuff like that. That catches, the listener's attention. Like, you bringing up that ha ha ha. It's like, that's something that I'm always going to say it. Even if I'm not singing along to every part, when you get to that part, I always say that part every time. So I'm like,
yeah, like it's
like
a catchphrase. Really
important. Yeah. So
So
I mean, when it comes to replayability, when it comes to just the songs, I mean, the album length, that was your only con with the actual album itself.
Even though it wasn't a con, it was like
it's a nipple. It's more of a nipple.
Yeah,
but it was like a good thing. It was like, dang, I wanted more coming from this.
I keep playing it. It's like rewatching your favorite episode, 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. For me, I actually enjoyed the length of the album because it has that high replayability factor to where every time I wanted to listen to this album, and you probably saw it on my Twitter today when I posted you, it was like, album of the week. I was able to play this album so many times because it never felt like a chore every time I went in. It's a good 30 minutes. You're saying what you're saying. There's no fluff. There's no filler. I'm getting straight to the meat of the actual meal itself. And I felt like what I was getting was quality.
That was great. That was great marketing to me.
Yeah, and I feel like the curation of the actual album itself was really strong because I know Malik Ruff was a bit longer than this album, about 40-something minutes. This one was about 30 minutes, but every time I listen to it, I'm like, dang, like, we're already at the funeral service? Yeah. I'm like, what? I'm like, dang, we already got here? Like, I just started this. What are we doing right now? I just heard Lions and Lambs being interpolated a few songs ago.
All right.
I'm like, but, yeah, then you had the 2 bonus songs after that as well that are feeling like, like I said, the sequencing and the actual curation of the album, I like those 2 bonus songs because to me those are the 2 fun songs that don't necessarily fit the album itself, but it still kind of fits like the sound of the album, how it sounds sonically of it. And it's just fun songs that you can put at the end that really don't actually tie into the actual story itself, but still have some type of relatability factor to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, the album story ends at the funeral service, and those bonus songs are kind of like, I guess if it was a series, those are kind of extra episodes, kind of backstory. Oh, the story of Grease Poppin' is actually kind of the precursor to Ask a Magnolia. That's why we're at the funeral service. That's why we're at, see what I'm saying?
I got you.
At the end of Got Issues. I'm explaining, and, I got the call in Manhattan, at a label meeting, and, my partner, Grease Poppin' is that, but from the other perspective, from the perspective of the nigga that he shot at, saying like, I ain't, like I ain't gonna file no little report. I'ma just, I ain't gonna name names. I'ma just file a little report. It was a man slain. I'm on the scene and walking off.
Yeah.
But that's how the game is played. From like, it ain't snitching, but I'm gonna let the police know somebody is,
I ain't giving no names.
Yeah,
I know
exactly. So. Oh yeah, y'all from Texas. Oh yeah, y'all y'all know how that go. So, but yeah, that's what the bonus tracks were for. And then the Waterboy is kind of like this meditation on just going forward, just kind of closing that chapter, just like So
yeah. But I feel like we could really get into the album now that we kind of got some of the pre-album talk out. When we first started this album out, when you first started this album out, first listening, and this is my first time, I didn't hear Malik Ruff before this. Hearing the first track, boom, you're very abrasive when it comes to that intro. You just rap again. Like I said, I went to Malik Ruff earlier today, and you kind of like set the mood, like you kind of give us some time to like ease into the album. No, this one, boom, the beat hit, you start rapping. I'm like, whoa, this is happening right here. But I like the way that you actually develop the song and develop this tone that you have for the album, with it being like a two I want to say like a 2 song and 1 type of song where middle and it like does its little thing right there. And I think it has someone on the interlude as well, which I know that you have very minimal features on this project. I think you have like 2 people at most, I think. And this is the one time that you use a feature, which I think they're kind of like talking or speaking.
No, he's rapping.
Oh, the rapping. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I think what Chase. No, that's what
he's
Kai
talking
is
about
rapping.
the lady. The lady
in the middle.
She's an amazing British soul singer. Her name is Celeste. She's a friend of mine. Okay. Y'all go look her up on Instagram. She retarded over there. She sang for the Queen before she died and all that, so she raw. Okay. So I got her to narrate the album.
I was going to ask you about who was narrating it.
Yeah, that's her. Y'all go look her up, because she a whole nother different type of bag.
I'm going to go into the credits real quick.
Celeste. Well, hopefully you can send us that information after, and we can hopefully put it in the description down below.
Okay.
So that way we can know exactly how we're supposed to be spelled.
Okay.
But coming into the album, like I said, the first track is abrasive. Like it's like, oh, you didn't give me no time to like really sit and stew what's happening. You just thrusted me into the world like right here, right there. And no matter what, even though some situations in this album can be uncomfortable for some, very reminiscent for me, and it could probably be some touchy subjects for you. That's kind of like how life is, to where it's like, boom, it just throws you in there with like no prep time. So it's like, boom, like you're in there. And that's one of the things I do like, is that you don't really waste a second on something like the intro, where you ain't got to set the mood, you ain't got to let the instrumental go for a minute or two, especially with a shorter album runtime that you have like this. So I was very interested to see like your approach with this intro versus your Malik Ruff intro.
I love movies where they kind of just, it starts with the character just running, just like, like, and it's like, whoa, what's going on? Like, why is he so paranoid? And then, so that's kind of my homage to that. Like, just, starting, with the character just like running. And then it's like, then it kind of flips to, reporting live from the depths of America, your feature presentation. Ask A Magnolia. So that's kind of where the quote unquote album starts. And then that first half is kind of really where they think we ghetto ends. If you kind of listen to Pickup, and we're on Pickup, we're kind of reminiscing about how wild that we used to be, and like my friend got a child now. That's kind of the reminiscent of that, just kind of putting you right back to, like when I said like it's 2013, capping stuck in my skin. Obviously, it's not 2013. Yeah. Just kind of trying to put you back into that mindset where I was, and I interpolated the crit song, just kind of that early 2010s era. So just like with any great movie, it's like flashbacks, and then the characters kind of in the moment. So like that.
Yeah, almost definitely.
All right, and after that song, do you have anything you?
I want to ask you about the feature. What's his name? Wacky? Wacky? What is it? Wakai. See, I listened to one of his albums before. I was like, and then it hit me. I'm like, this kid from Baton Rouge too. And I was like, see, it's like that new era, bro. Like, I think you know what I mean?
Usher in the new era.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I heard him. Because he always reminded me of like, he was a Saba kind of sounding. He reminded me of Saba. I don't know if you know who Saba is, right? Yeah.
I know Saba is.
Yeah. He gave me that type of vibes. I'm like, I know his name looked familiar, man. I'm like, from Baton Rouge as well.
Want to know what all what we doing down here is the answer to, and it's crazy that you said Saba. It's the answer to Chicago's jazz
St.
alternative
Louis?
shit.
Oh yeah, jazz. Okay.
No, Chicago. Like
Chicago,
when Chief Keef was going crazy, but it was Chance, Saba, Mick,
right.
No Name.
No
So
Name,
that's really what. Yeah. So that's really what this is from Baton Rouge. Just kind of that, the different, same motherfuckers. The same, my friends
like
and my
side.
not even opposite. It's because Chance and Chief Keef are both from the south side of Chicago.
Right.
They're just from different parts of it. But like my uncles, my friends, it ain't opposite. Like that's
what I'm saying.
How I would describe it.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I relate to it, because like me, like I was surrounded around all these people that lived a different lifestyle than I wanted to live, but like I'm there, I'm in the mix of it. So that's why I'm like, that's why like Good Kid, Mad City kind of affect, and it hit a lot of people in different ways. It's like, those are your cousins, your homies, your uncles, your mama, and like it's from a different perspective. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like with this too. That's why I got that feel, like that movie feel of like you said, it's the same world. It's just my different perspective on it. You know what I'm saying? It's the same world. It ain't different.
All right, so now it's time to get into the second track, The Ghost of Brandywine. Now, would you like to kind of like break this one down title-wise? Because when I first heard it, when I first looked at it, I initially thought liquor.
Nah, I thought I started a street.
Mm.
You hear us, bro? Oh, no, I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Ghost of Brandywine, right? The Brandywine was a housing project in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
One of the last ones. Like, we're not known for that. Like, Baton Rouge don't have like notorious housing projects, but that was like kind of our only one. So, and it's kind of a play off of the Ghost of Soldier Son. All right. So it's this YouTube documentary. It's like the Baton Rouge hood documentary. Like, I don't know if y'all had one in Texas, but somebody gets a camera and goes to all the hoods in the city.
I saw one recently in Baton Rouge. I saw one recently in Baton Rouge. Somebody
but see, yeah, like those are the new ones. But like this is the OG one. It's called Thuggin' and Loving It. So that came out like 2003. One of the neighborhoods they went to was Sherwood, and Brandywine is in Sherwood. So if you watch the documentary, all these guys outside, you know, like repping Brandywine, and they throwing money on this guy, and like to show how comfortable he is in that neighborhood, he strips down to his wife beater and his drawers, and kind of sit down on the curb and fold his arms. My niggas just like sprinkle money on him. So he is the Ghost of Brandywine. All those people that's not there in that environment no more, they kind of spread out into the city, and like they the spirit of the city too. So the character I'm rapping as in Ghost of Brandywine, if you like look at the lyrics, I'm saying I got what I say, catch me in the flea market, cheap product shopping. Got, you know, it's a cost to be the boss. Got a bargain on my floss, and I got platinums in my mouth, courtesy of the 2000s when Trill was coming out. I don't got platinum in my mouth. I was a kid in 2003, so I'm obviously rapping about, well, from the perspective of another character. That is the Ghost of Brandywine.
Okay.
All our uncles, you know.
Yeah.
I was telling him, here goes a perspective thing.
Because that was one of my theories of like this album. He was rapping from different perspectives, especially even on that song when you goes, I don't want to butcher your lyric, but you was going along with like when it was on Ghost of Brandywine when you was like, I got my mama, the police looking for me. You some of the ones a lot, and I was like, yeah. You said you put your stash and invested in stuff, I was like, yeah, he's talking from like somebody from the area, you know, like, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, I feel him. I feel like I got the perspective.
Thinking gonna really catch on to what I'm doing, because if you just listening, you're gonna be like, he a dope selling OG, is my man the police. Like, nah, listen to what I'm talking about and listen. And see, that's how I know what motherfuckers really listening, or they just hearing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, if they pick up on it. Bro, this whole album, one of the main things too, you know how sorry to make it so morbid, but you know how in the slave days, niggas had to speak in code damn near to kind of get their ideas off and get their little plans off, you know, like, you know, if they trying to meet with Harriet, or, you know, Harriet coming through the night, they in the field talking about some, you know, they switch up the tempo, you see what I'm saying? And so the same thing with this. For an untrained listener, you would think, you would think that I'm the dope selling OG that my mama and the police looking for. But if you know enough of our culture and know the things I'm talking about, like, oh wait, he too young. Trill, like, nah, he would have been a baby. You see what I'm saying? Like,
see,
you know,
see, that's what I'm saying. I listen. That's why I'm like, I connect. I'm like, bro, I already know it. That's why I think I had a connection with this album. Like, bro, it made me feel like from where I'm from, my neighborhood, and like the people I was surrounded by. I'm like, I could tell he telling so many people around him stories. Like the A Magnolia, I knew it meant, you know, had to be the crew, the family, some people that, you know what I mean? I just knew it. I felt it, bro. I was like, yo, that's why I rock with this album, bro. Talking, he talking that talk.
You know what this reminds me of? In Outkast Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music, the album. It was like, if you heard this whole album and all you thought about was pimping H words and being a player, then you really wasn't listening to this album. Because some people, bro, can listen to this album just be like, yo, it's some dope rapping on here, it's some dope beats, but they not really understanding like the cultural nuances into it. You know what I'm saying? That I knew, like being black,
Like you can really understand it. And I'm like, that's why I'm like, I think, you know, you connect with it. Some people connect with it more, especially like you said, being black. Some people don't understand.
But I think that also goes along with, because we reviewed it and because when we do review, we listen to it multiple times, we get more of that perspective. I think on the first listen, I'm pretty sure a lot of people wouldn't pick that up. Hey. Because obviously when you listening and you actually listening, you're like, something don't add up right
here. I picked up first listen, bro. I ain't gonna cap.
I didn't. I already told you. Everything I'm listening to is sonically. It does everything sound well together. Then once I'm familiar with it, it's like a movie. You can kind of like, okay, he said this. How does that tie in with that over there? But that comes with me with multiple listens or multiple watchings of just certain media.
I just think bro had something to say, bro. I could just tell from the album cover. It was like, this is something I'm going to have to listen to.
It was bold.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
That's why I like the art direction of this. I'm like, this is something to like listen to. Not just put on and be like, oh, yeah, this is. Even though he made dope songs, actually saying something. Yeah, that's dope. I like that.
Now, the next song we got is Devontae 2003. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this a Hail Mary interpolation with the with me, smoke with me? Like,
that's on Ghost of Brandywine.
That is Ghost of Brandywine. Yeah, this one where he was talking about still tipping on.
Yeah, this tipping on fofo.
Okay, this is the southern. This is a lot of the southern callbacks.
Nah, he's funny. Hail Mary. I didn't catch that. Right? Probably. To be honest.
Run with me. And then you kind of get into that pocket with it a little bit. And I noticed that you do the I only noticed that on my second listen because you did the Big Crit one. I'm like, maybe he's doing more callbacks like that, and I'm just not really paying attention or honing into them. Because you did make it your own if that was like a Hail Mary flow. That's what I thought you was doing with it.
I mean, all this shit is in my DNA, bro. Like, all this shit is in my DNA. So it comes out with me not even intentionally trying to do it. But then you say, it does sound like that. Run with me. With me. Like,
that's why I first heard it, but I'm like, this kind of sounds like a nuance.
I didn't even think of that.
That's what I thought.
You picked up on something, B. I didn't think of it.
But that also
is like a mixture, because he is mixing multiple things into like one and making it his own.
Yeah,
because it's like, to be honest, that was my attempt to do like some them old BG songs, like the first line, straighten up the soldier for they gun you down. That's a BG line if there ever was one. So like that was me trying to emulate that feeling that goes with the Ghost of Brandywine. That's the music that he would have been listening to.
Okay.
So,
okay.
but Pop also. Yeah. Pop also, that's the music that he would have been listening to. So, it makes sense. I'm glad you said that, Chase. I did try to do that. That is a Tupac. Because that shit make me sound way doper.
Hey,
that's what it be with Kendrick, bro. That's what it be with Kendrick, bro. I met Kendrick. I've been around him some time, bro. It's a theme and it's intention behind it. But a lot of shit niggas be coming up with that just be like, yeah. That's
dang, I didn't. Yeah,
exactly. Like that makes sense. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You don't be knowing that shit when you create art. You don't be knowing how people gonna interpret that shit, and it might be doper than how you even wanted to lay it out. You see what I'm saying? So
see, that's why I say sometimes some artists probably want to say nothing because like. Oh yeah, I was thinking that. You're right. You know what I'm saying?
It makes you sound like a mastermind, bro. It makes you sound like a fucking genius. Like bro. If I was, he ain't gonna, bro. Yes, any theory y'all run with, yes. All them Drake theories, yes. That is Drake Daddy shirt. Yes, I'm that guy, bro.
Facts.
Why would you say anything? Y'all making me out to be a motherfucker not to be fucked with. Why would I come out and say, oh, nah, y'all, I just, that was just some shit I put together. So
it's art, bro.
Yeah, art.
Yeah. It's art.
But yeah. So we on Devontae now.
Devontae 2003. because this is the one with all the Southern callbacks.
Well, you know, the 50 Cent.
Yeah,
he had some 50 Cent stuff.
Yeah,
it's really early 2000s.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, we were saying like it was early 2000s, but it wasn't
Yeah.
like necessarily just 2003
From like,
in there.
I'm serious from T.I. from like 01, so I still ain't forgave myself to like 07, right? 05, 06, around there.
Yeah, but Pete the story I'm telling. Peep the story I'm telling in Devontae 2003. Devontae is the character, the quote unquote character that the funeral service is for. So Devontae 2003. What's going on in 2003 or in that era? In the verse where I say, you know, the kids from Katrina come to school and they put us on to this type of blunt and that. So that's, bro, all these songs, the reason I'm doing this is to put you in an era, put you in a time frame. So it's like Devontae 2003, what's popping? T.I., Lil Wayne, 50
Cent,
Kanye,
Missy Elliott.
Yeah, Missy Elliott. Then I say Rockefeller. So all these, you know, that's just, you know, just trying to put you in that era, which is not the one in My Revolution. Devontae 2003 is the big brother, big cousin, explaining his experience.
Okay.
Right.
So,
because like right when you brought up that Katrina stuff, bro, I thought about all the little dudes we used to get into. Like, you know, a lot of people from Katrina moved out this way, man. And man, it was crazy. It put me back in that time. Like when I was in middle school, like my 6th grade.
They ain't do us how they did y'all.
Yeah.
They look, we ain't, man, look, they knew from the onset. We ain't playing that shit. Now, because we all from Louisiana, so we know how each other act. But when them niggas went out to Georgia and Houston, them niggas caused ruckus. They caused because
they was out here wilding, bro. They were wild.
Because that's how they is. That's how see Ride 49 was trying to talk about us. Be y'all niggas, say we crash out. But they ain't too much better. Man, look. But you can't put, you know, they was coming from a storm too. Like, they was in survival mode for real. For real. And like that's something you don't want to meet, a New Orleans nigga in survival mode. Like that's a dang, like that's somebody you not trying to tangle with or trifle with. So, but yeah, bro, when they came through, we embraced them, you know, as you heard, you know, as you heard in the songs, you know, like we had our little petty clashings, you know what it was, but it was never no New Orleans versus DR, like, cause we both know that wouldn't end well. That ain't gonna nobody gonna enjoy it. So, you know, like, so, you know, we all, you know, we learn how to coexist. And that's how you get some of the swag that you see with a Kevin Gates or you see with a young boy. Like that, you know, like I said in the song, some of my closest friends from New Orleans. And I think with generation, even the generation before that, with the Ghost of Brandywine generation, that wasn't a thing. Like they had probably partners from New Orleans, but they weren't like close friends. Like they ain't go to school together.
What's the distance between New Orleans and Baton Rouge? Like
it's like an hour and a half if you're driving safely, but if you want to be a daredevil, it's, you know, an hour, 45 minutes. Like it's a good distance away. Like it's a world's away. Like it ain't, you know, we not the same thing. Like that's two totally different worlds. Like Baton Rouge more like Baton Rouge more like industrial. Like that's where the Exxon plant's at. That's where the you know, like it's a city capital, so it's more like politics and industrial and oil money and shit like that. New Orleans is more tourist driven. So, you know, they have an influx of all that. You know, Louisiana itself is a state that mismanages its, you know, shit. You see what I'm saying? Like we got big ass potholes and shit like that. But so that's how that apparatus is set up. Like kids from New Orleans, they go to the French Quarter to dance for, you know, tips from the tourists. You know, niggas from Baton Rouge, we ain't got nothing like that. I mean, niggas can go downtown, but ain't no tourists down there. That's people that work in Exxon. Like, they ain't got no petty dollars to throw to nobody. But so you know, it's a whole different apparatus, and like the way they city set up as opposed to ours, like they got wars, like we got more traditional like neighborhoods. So you know, it's a different environment.
I understand. Facts. Like my family originally from Shreveport. Like my
oh, okay,
yeah.
They get rowdy too. Yeah, man, Shreveport niggas ain't no play with me.
Yeah. Man. But yeah, that's dope. Because I never heard or respected from like the Baton Rouge family. I have homies that's from BR, like I work with before, and I never asked them that dynamic from New Orleans, and because I got New Orleans homies too, and they be like, "We different. We ain't even like New Orleans. We just different. Like they don't, you know." I be like, all right.
But you notice. Not to say anything about New Orleans, but they always say that when it's just them speaking for Louisiana. Like they don't never say that when like around a BR nigga, because like
they know.
We'll let them slide with that, but we'll be like, all right, nah, come on now, y'all know what's real, you know, like y'all know what's going on. Like they the flagship, and everybody recognize that and salute it. But it's like, you know, come on now, you already know, you know, we on top right now. You know, we got Young Boy, we got Gay. Come on now, you know.
So next song we have after Devontae 2003, we have From the Corner of My Eye.
Yeah.
And to me, this was when I first heard it, I was like, oh, I'm like, this is completely different from like what was happening before on the album. Obviously, he's describing his perspective of looking at a fine young
booty jiggle when they walk past.
Tenderoni. Macaroni.
Macaroni, yeah.
Yeah, macaroni.
Yeah, and I remember you saying about your film perspective.
Okay, my film perspective on this, I feel like, you know, let's say this is a movie. I feel like every movie has a love interest. Every movie has, you know, that relationship, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that was that part. You got this movie, but look, you got that little love interest right there as well. So that was my perspective. I don't know if that had any cadence. Yeah.
Most definitely. It connect to Grease Poppin'. Cause if you're hearing Grease Poppin', I do that. Girl, I was with you the other day. That's the young lady who I'm saying who's her friend. I'm saying, you know, like you had heard from your partner, you know that she a hot girl. She know who be lying, got secret baby mamas.
Mamas,
so all these characters interlock, man. All these things. But yeah, that's the softening of all this turmoil shit going on. Like this is chaos going on, but you know, niggas still be, you know, chilling with that girl, you know. You know, yeah. So you know.
So it also reminds me of like Paid in Full, like, you know, Paid in Full, you know, they selling dope, but he also got his girl, right? You know, they had a little soft moments, but then sometimes that stuff can get intertwined with your girl, you know. Also, like bring it back to Grease Poppin', like the girl and everything. Oh, we was hanging out with him and these niggas started shooting, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just that type of thing, like in Paid in Full when they came in, robbed the place, had his girl down. It just remind me of stuff like that, like what goes on in the hood sometimes. Like you said, niggas chill with their girls, they got their girlfriends, you know what I mean? But you also, like you said, dude, it's just a little dark, misty world, but got a little love in there as well. But it can intertwine. And I feel like you put both of that in that album, like it get mixed up into the, like, you know, some hood stuff and then also the softening. You know, so yeah, that was my. I'm happy. I was on to something. You know what I
mean? Yeah, cause all this, bro, this life, man. All this shit is life. Bro. Like I ain't making nothing up. All this is what didn't happen to me, what didn't happen to my peoples, and by extension happened to me because I gotta hear about it and I gotta walk with them through it. You see what I'm saying? So you know, all this stuff, man. This ain't, you know, these ain't no Disneyland fairy tales. I can tell you that much.
I feel you, bro.
But
you had anything else from this song?
From that one? No, that's about it. Cause
this is like the one girl song that we have on the album.
Yeah. That's usually that one. That's that relationship that's in there.
I'm about to say, with each hip hop album, there's always going to be that one girl song.
Got to, bro.
But next song we got,
you know, I don't even be thinking about it like that. I just think about it like it's a part of the story. Like it's always a part of the story. Like even it's because that's niggas, one of the niggas' most prime motivations. Like
is women,
you
know,
like
niggas get money for pussy. Like don't get it twisted. Like so you know that's always a motivation.
All right.
I feel that. Next song, you don't have to say that name.
Nigga, you crazy. So break down this for us. But like, is this is your perspective and your friend's perspective? Yeah. Like you going to Cali.
Yeah, this is purely mine. This is purely
Yeah,
me
this is
telling
you.
my
Yeah.
story about going into this different world, this world that I wanted to be in so bad. Like, so bad to the point I left everything that was comfortable to me, everything that I love. So it's like, that's just me telling what I learned and what all this shit kind of amounts to at the end of the day. You get these moments that you can rap about, like, and tell your kids, like, like the people I'm rapping about are friends of mine, but they're also legendary musicians. You see what I'm saying? So it's that dichotomy where it's like, all this stuff is based on friendship. I think that's one of the themes of the album. And through these friendships, I get to have these moments with these people that I can come back and tell my friends. And like, bro, I can't tell you how many times it's me and my partners, we just stood at, one of my other friends' house, we smoking, we drinking, motherfuckers, and niggas. I don't know, like, I never remember how it come up because it's never like a question, they don't never ask like, yo, Cor, like, like, what you been doing in cat? Like, like, it might be a slide, like, say, shit, nigga, what you did in Cali, Cor? And shit, nigga, I just tell it. I be like, yo, I was being so and so, and shit, nigga, I was 2 Chainz, we doing this, and niggas, you know, my friends, like, this ain't nothing surprising to them. So, they try to play, because it's like a mechanism for me. It's like, shit, nigga, that's, you that Core, so that's what you're supposed to be doing. But it's like I can tell when it's like, damn, like, hold on. Like, hold on, like, this shit is real. Like, this just ain't no shit we see on TV. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, that's kind of that feeling and that, just remembering times that I can just bring back and tell people and just be like, it's a learning experience.
Right on. And was that Buddy he was on the hook? Yeah. I was like, man, why he sound? I'm like, I listen to Buddy, but I'm like, dang, I couldn't tell. I'm like, is that you on the hook or Buddy on the hook? But I'm like, I think it's Buddy. It's Buddy.
Is this the same Buddy that worked with Nipsey?
Yeah, it's Buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, my engineer did a little intertwining on that. Intertwine our voices. But on that second hook, yeah, that's Buddy in the lead. Buddy is, I could have easily wrote a third verse about Buddy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like another character in my world that is the perfect narrator for that moment. Like, that nigga, you crazy? All this money out shit. Like, cause if you know his story, and that's nothing
him
about
being
no
with
one
Pharrell
stuff.
and all that back when he was young and all that. Yeah. I know.
That's the same. Nigga, you crazy? All these people, you famous,
Famous,
so
that's another connect. I get that. That's a good one.
Come on now, casting director, aka young rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
All right, that's what's up.
And the next song is "I'm Wrong."
This probably like I think it's my favorite song.
I agree.
I think it's my favorite song.
That's I'm wrong. Crazy. And can you blame me? For me,
want to know what's crazy about "I'm Wrong"? That is the song to me that encapsulates what the album is about.
Yeah,
like if and it's good. It's the 6th song, which is the middle of the album.
In the middle,
like that's the centerfold of the album. That's exactly it. Encapsulates everything. Like from the start to the end. Describing my environment so crisply, and like the way I describe drinking soda, even like lightning in my jaw, like, you see what I'm saying? It gets right to the point. It gets right to what it is. Like, so that's the one I'm the most proud of, and I'm so glad that people love that song because that's me. Like that's even from the crit shit, that's me. Lions and lambs. That's what it is out here. Like, because I fashioned myself a lamb, like I was forced to, not saying forced, but it was advantageous for me to grow teeth and fangs. I mean, claws and fangs. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's another theme of the album. I guess is kind of innocence and like what it is and losing it and how you can maintain it through certain things. So, that's why I took that song too.
Oh, yeah, I like that one, bro. I was like, because you also in this song, you rap from like the friend's perspective of like you. Is it like you leaving, like to do what you want, and they say you running?
Yeah, the two verses. The only part that I'm talking from my perspective is the first hook.
That's why I got that. Yeah. And then the second hook is him being like, "Oh, I got a gun. I got you." Yeah, I felt it. I was like, "Okay, I got her now." Yeah, I got it. Because they made me,
the hook.
Yeah, that was. There you go. My bad, bro.
But the verse is kind of not explaining, but that's his perspective of like, like, ran away from home again. I'm calling my dog. Walking in the store again. I'm looking for a god. Holy fuck. And in that first verse, I speak in the third person, but from the character perspective, I'm rapping. He's saying that, like I wish Quad was here because he, like he know how to diffuse these type of situations or get out of these situations, whole and shit. But he in Cali, so it's like, damn, man, like I kind of miss my dog.
Right.
Then it goes to the hook of me explaining, like, like I didn't try to run.
Right.
So,
I think, right. I like that song. It related to me because like I was like, man, because like me leaving when I left from where I'm from, and I had friends and like family, and like, man, you was the positive thing around us. And then when I left, they like things got worse or something. I'm like, dang, I kind of feel that in a way. Like I not saying I got worse for them, but like they didn't have that one part that kind of kept them like level in a way. I don't know. I just that's one part I felt from that.
I do like the human element of like questioning, like, I know like this is like what I want to do, but am I wrong for like doing this? Like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Like, something about it don't feel right, even though it is like the right thing for you to do.
Yeah. It goes back when he was saying about I think it's what song
is it? Can You Blame Me?
When he's like, so survivor guilt.
Yeah,
the survivor guilt, pretty much.
Just and just like these terms too, like these, just like I said on that song, we not even there yet, but like I said on that song, it's like I can't even call it survivor's guilt because I mean, like I can't find the words for it. That's the best term I could describe it as. But it's a guilt, but I don't know if it's survivor's guilt because in my heart, I think they won. You see what I'm saying? Like, like I don't necessarily feel guilty because I'm here. Like I'm, they on to a better place. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I know what you're saying.
It's just the thing. They not here to see the shit that we always talked about and dream about.
And after that is Seek and Ye Shall Find.
Man, this one right here, bro. Hold up. That hook, bro, that's yours. You didn't sample that from nobody or nothing like that. That's you.
What hook?
You saying when you goes, boy, don't stick your chest out. So and so.
Yeah, shit, yeah.
Bro,
that's a Quad original.
Hey, nah, bro. I'm like, man, this hard, bro. I'm like, man, did he get this from somewhere? Like, I had to go. I'm like, I say, bro, this him. I just gotta ask him, bro. I'm like, I love
word. Cause I mean, you right there. Cause I do that, but nah, that's a Quad original. And want to know what's so crazy? Backtrack. When I was a kid coming up trying to rap, I used to go on the cyphers with Lil Wayne raps.
Right.
I used to rap them mugs like they were mine. With all the confidence, like I said that, nigga, you know, boy, I would switch out words, nigga. You know, I'm Core Junior. You know, Birdman Junior, I'm Core Junior. But yeah, bro, that's how I kind of built up my skill. Cause I would little by little, I would change, you know, I would put my own raps in there. You know, like it'll be some of Lil Wayne's and it'll be mine. You know, it'll be half Lil Wayne's and it'll be half mine. And it start to just be all mine. You see what I'm saying?
Like you saying, man, you want your head on the pillow of the pavement? I'm like, come on, bro. Like, hey, that's hard, bro. Yeah, I was like, yeah. Like, you just
but
in certain situations, bro, you gotta understand, like, you want to go home? Or like, I don't know, just that's some good writing right there. Bro.
Boy, don't poke your chest out. This ain't no type of situation you be brave in.
What?
How many times as a black person that pings in the back of your mind? Like,
facts.
Well, don't poke your chest out. It's type of situation to be brave in. You want your head on the pillow or the pavement?
Pavement, yeah.
It's a choice.
I was like, bro, if he wrote this, I had to Google, bro. I was like, oh, my bad, bro. I wasn't familiar with your pen like that.
Man, cause see, that's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like, damn, wait, that's like, ooh,
yeah, that's how I felt. I'm like, oh, I got the Googling. I was like, yeah, that's like a quotable right there.
Cause Pete, when I'm talking about in the song, I'm talking about going to these places and feeling out a place and feeling not wanted.
Right.
You got a choice. You want your head on the pillow or the pavement. You want to be chill, get back home, or you want to point out this shit that you seeing and feeling.
Right.
And then people get called and people get agitated and things happen and, you know, your face on the goddamn cement.
Yep.
So you know, that's kind of the theory of that song.
Because you was like, what he goes like, this looks so familiar. Yeah. This shit feel like home. Yeah, like rebel flags, all this. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Ain't this about a bitch?
Bitch, yeah.
Like, just imagine going out to Cali thinking you, hey, hold on, what the fuck? Ain't this about a bitch? Like,
you go to them outskirts of Cali, boy, get a little crazy.
Outskirts, outskirts. I'm talking about
Los Angeles.
Outskirts, nigga. Like people looking at you like, boy, nigga, try to go to Beverly Hills and try to walk in these stores like you about to buy something. Man, they about to look at you all crazy until you throw racks down. Then it's like, oh,
right.
Hey, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Nigga. Would you like some complimentary lemon drops?
Yeah.
So, you know, like niggas just be offering you shit that they ain't even supposed to be offering you. Like,
right on.
You know, hey, you know, like you can see, you know, like the back of the store. You know, that just that split second of like that look like, what you think? Why are you here? Then the next second is, hey, so yes, let me, show you to my, to our, come on now.
Yeah, I got you.
That's the theory of that song.
Right
on. Next song is "Can You Blame Me?"
Yes,
one of my other favorite songs on this album as well. I really do, like I said earlier, even though you already tied it in with kind of like I'm wrong, that feeling of like, it's like, can you really look at me like that for what I'm doing, essentially? And not necessarily the whole survivor's guilt thing. Like I said, I don't know how to describe it either, but it's like that feeling of like, I'm doing this for me. Can you really blame me for making this choice that I'm trying to make right here? I'm having, it's escaping my vocabulary too for me to find a term for this, but I feel like I have a term for this. But I really enjoy this song as well because it's kind of like, it does kind of like call back to a song like Am I Wrong? It's one of those things where it's like you're kind of questioning yourself, which I do kind of like because you don't have to, because that's the one thing when it comes to rap, it's like, oh, I'm this confident, I have this bravado about me. And I was like, no, it's like, am I really doing this? This is why this album kind of feels like a coming of age story when you are telling these personal stories right here, because it's like you do have those personal and self-doubt sometimes.
Can You Blame Me is more of the character, the Devontae character saying, can you blame me? Like, when I'm saying I'm wrong, he's saying, "Can you blame me?" And like, pop, pop's gone, mama tired, big brother
Yeah,
junked out, my little bitch she flunked out. Like, can you blame me for operating in the way I operate? Because this shit came before me.
Yeah.
And and like that's kind of the sound, the song's sonic palette of that is kind of the representation of like what Baton Rouge is too. Even at the beginning, I'm saying, yeah, like even to stay fair, niggas had to keep their head on the swivel. So just kind of explaining the environment which that character had to operate in, and
I like how you said that in the beginning with like, you gotta watch out, you might get killed buying some kettle corn. And then at the end, he like, ain't nobody gonna try me. I'll kill a nigga trying to buy some kettle corn. Get busted. Like, yo, this is why this happens in a bit. You know what I mean? It's you.
Exactly.
I was like, yeah,
exactly. And see, one of the things I wish I could have did was switch my voice up or got somebody else to do that, because I felt, maybe y'all can answer this too, I felt that might have confused the listener without like
change your voice.
Yeah, because in the first part, that's me explaining like how dangerous it is. In the second part, that's my partner saying like, "Shit, nigga, what? Nigga, play with me." Like, you fucking right. Like, I wish I probably could have got one of my partners to do it, but they not rappers, so they would have fucked it.
Yeah.
So
I think I understood it. It's like, I guess the inflection in your voice, like the tone was different to me. Like I felt like how you spoke in the beginning was like, I'm the guy that's like, yo, I'm gonna be on this, I'm gonna keep my head on the swivel. Like, you never know what can happen. But the guy at the end is like, hey, I'm with it. Like I could tell from the different tonalities. I knew it was you, but I can tell from the different tonalities that it's two different perspectives.
Fact.
Yeah. That's the homie.
Fact.
You was with me. Remember, you were with me. Like you said that, like,
Yeah. I ain't lying. Like,
yeah.
Weird.
So one question I have is, because you are doing different and multiple perspectives in this album right here, did you kind of like have these people around you while creating this album, or talk to these people beforehand about these situations to kind of try to pick their brain? Or is this based off of how you think they were in this situation right here?
These is old stories. These is stories, ancient stories since, freshman year. These is stories like, last 10 years of shit. And it's so much shit, and it took me 3 albums to kind of make sense of it and get it right. Like, yeah, bro, this ain't, I mean, this barbershop talk. This, this is, yeah, like, this is my environment. These are the people around me right now. Like, like that's my mama, in the, like in the other room. Like, this ain't nothing that just happened for this album. This is my life, and that's what comes out. But like I'm around them all the time. Shit, I'm around them. Well, not so much all the time as I used to be, because I'm trying to chase a dream and shit. And genius needs isolation. But when I pop out, those are the guys I'm popping out with.
Right on.
Yeah, my question more so comes from when it comes to like looking at a situation and looking at multiple perspectives, I think it's easy to make someone look like the bad guy rather than kind of exploring their character a bit more and being like, okay, I understand why they do that. I can sympathize why they're doing that, versus like, oh yeah, they're wrong for like, looking at you with this type of outlook type thing. So that's kind of like where my outlook comes from, rather like, obviously with him maturing since Malik Ruff to this album, obviously he's a lot older and mature. Like you said, he's been through this for years now.
I think it's like, it's more of a outsider perspective when they think outsider. I mean, probably someone that's not our hue would think they wrong, but they don't understand the nuances and like of why this person is like this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, he could be a gangster, but we know that this boy, he like you said, he got a girl, he got a family, he has emotions, and I feel like with this album, he kind of showing all this. with that person.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that's why he's questioning some of the things he's doing. This is why I'm doing it. That's how I was getting it. That's how, you know what I'm saying? I see what you're saying, but I'm like, from us, like, damn, bro. Do you know the rapper named Kai? You ever heard of Kai?
Yeah, yeah.
So Kai, he said he had a line and he goes, you call them killers, dealers, so and so, but I call them my cousin, my mama, so on. I can't do it right, but it was just so poetic, bro. Like this line, like you feel it, like dang, you call them this, but they this to me. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how it is. Like we tell these stories, and you might could look at them like, oh, this is a bad guy, but like, no, it's more to that. He's not just you know this gangster. It's more to this person. It's more to these stories. It's more. I don't know. That's
without this guy, you might not get this beautiful art. So
yeah, that's you know what I'm saying. Yeah,
without this guy, being that protection sometimes, being that person that tell you, oh nah, go this way, don't go that way, because that. So it's like you ain't got love for that guy. You cross the street when you see him, but that guy gave you Illmatic, the Chronic, all these things that you love came from these people that you outcast so easily, or treat them like they don't belong so easily, without even really a second thought. You see him, then you put him in this category without even really kind of thinking, oh wait, this person might think more deeply than I perceive him to be, or the things of that nature.
Facts. Say, bro, I was a skater. I was skating in the neighborhood. All the little dope boys like, hey, you don't be over here. Go over there with your skateboard. Get over there. What are you doing over there?
With your skateboard. You funny.
Go skateboard, bro. Go. That's what I'm saying. That's what they'll do. Like, oh, you don't need to be over here.
Yeah, but see, with me, like niggas be trying to ride the skateboard.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fact. So I'm gonna ride it, but hey, let me hop on now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, where niggas be trying to ride a skateboard.
Yeah.
want a skateboard probably might be interested in it, but just how our world is built, that that seems like something that's out of reach, or something you can't do, or like if you do it, you this type of person. So, but
right on, man.
All right, and the next song before we actually get to the outro of the album itself, which, like I said, this album, it's not long, but that's what helps up the replayability about it. Next song we have is Got Issues. And then right after that, we have How Was the Service, which it's just so crazy coming from a song what we do before we got Issues. We have a song of you giving your homies perspective to, sadly, what happens and the aftermath of everything happening in, dang, I forgot the name of the song already.
What, Got Issues?
How Was the Service?
Oh, How Was the Service?
We're on but Got Issues. Do you have anything to say about this one? Because I think that next one is really low for me.
It is.
That next one's really
I guess, I don't know if you want, because this is your real story, right? This is something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if you want to get into it that day, or like how you got into this, but you don't have to. You don't want to, bro. I understand.
I mean, with Got Issues, that was just a commentary on a lot of moments where that happened. Not a lot. I mean, like 2 or 3. But it was just that moment of like, damn, nigga just had a little peak on my little journey. Then I'm right back in the valley. So that's just kind of like how fast things can happen. How like certain emotions can be fleeting too. So, Got Issues, definitely a heartfelt joint.
Oh yeah.
I mean, How Was the Service was also a heartfelt joint,
both of them,
coming right after that. Like we described earlier with the imagery of, well, not really the imagery, but how you paint the picture with how nervous you were with your whole tongue swelling and you feel like you could almost swallow it. I was just like, dang, like I was like, I've never experienced that, but just thinking about experiencing that, I'm just like, ooh, that just sounds terrible. So I guess we could go on to the next song right there. How was the service, which is the song where you are at the funeral for Devontae, who was first referenced, I feel, in Devontae 2003.
So yeah, how was the service? I'm really proud of it, with it being like a morbid topic, because I was able to, I mean, describe grief almost, in a sense, or in describe an emotion so nuanced and so complex in like what, a minute 20. So, and just how it reverberates too. So I'm very proud of my whole thing with this album. Do my best to take complex ideas and thoughts and themes and not condense them, but make them bite sized, in a sense, digestible. So that was how was the service is. And y'all know, anytime, a Black person asking about a funeral, that's what they ask, how was the service? Right. So it's like, that's what that was. And, just being a person who's attended funeral, I don't even really like funerals, but the ones I've been to, like, I, just being able to describe it, like, that's what it was. So, that's just kind of the culmination of the story arc of the album, kind of the main one, with that being, that's the end. There's no, I don't want to say it's not a happy ending, because the way it fades out, that was kind of intentional, kind of saying that things move on, things, like, you have to live with that, like, there's no resolution, like, it's just a scar that you gotta learn to live with. And also with my friend, well, the narrator, Celeste, her being on there, if y'all notice, her 3 parts at the end of Ghost of Brandywine, I'm Wrong, and How Was the Service, those are pieces of the same poem. And that poem is a commentary also, but also just a manifestation of what I'm talking about in the album. When she says that, for as long as I can remember, I've, I've, I feel fire underneath us. And, that's kind of what I'm talking about in the album. Like, just for as long as I can remember, as like not an adult, but just my memory as a person, it's been, not tumultuous, because it's been good times and bad, but it's been unpredictable. So that's the metaphor. It's fire, like fire is unpredictable. Right. So yeah, so that poem that goes is the narrative thread of the album, kind of finds a conclusion at that track also.
Right on. Yeah. It's like sometimes it can be I guess damn, like if you live that type of life, you either gonna be there, having your funeral service, or in jail, in prison, or whatever. It's like a common story, you know what I mean? And it's like sad, bro. It's like, damn.
Yeah, and it ain't even living no type of life. That's going back to the American flag face.
Yeah.
That's that's our story. Like, for better or worse, that's that's the story of the generation that we grew up in. Just like any, I don't want to say we war veterans, but just like anybody that's had any common experience, there's things that you can point out, be like, oh damn, oh shit, that's like this. And especially for us being, we a lot of the same things, Black people from America that grew up in a specific time frame. So it's like, you remember when kids from New Orleans came. You remember, these things I'm talking about in these songs, like, so it's made for a specific group of people, but it's also a broad thing that everybody can relate to, and that's also kind of the choosing of the the American flag.
I got you.
Okay,
I got it.
Okay. And then the next two songs, like we were saying off mic, they kind of feel like the epilogue songs, where it's like obviously you labeled them on here as bonus. Now I'm not sure, and I'm pretty sure you told us when you recorded these in terms of like when you was constructing this album. But you said on here specifically like the girl from the corner of my eye relates to the same girl from Grease Poppin', correct?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know what Grease Poppin', because even though it still is the same sonically with the rest of the album, when did you actually write this song? Was this before you made the whole album, or is this like after you made the whole album?
This
Or
was
is
in the
this in the
mix.
middle? Okay,
Yeah,
this is in the
yeah, yeah.
mix.
Like, yeah, because I kind of had the story, the of what the project is, and my pen, just kind of went on its own. It's like it's songs that didn't make this album that are kind of, well, not kind of, but are pieces to the story that just just to keep it sharp and linear. I didn't want to add because it's like, oh, once we go down this trail, what happens next? You see what I'm saying? Like,
Right, yeah.
So, but yeah, like Grease Poppin' was one of those songs where it's like it could have been the intro, it could have been the fourth song, but where it's placed, it kind of gives it the feeling of like, okay, this is the backstory to all this, because you can interpret it this way. The girl from Grease Pop, I mean, the same girl that's in From the Corner of My Eye, that me, the perspective of me talking to, how do we know that that's not the same person that, not saying Devontae was set up, but the same person who would know or have information about where Devontae is, who he is. He's,
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? That's
Mhm.
just a kind of foil I wanted to throw in there, especially after how was the service. And that's kind of like a chilling like, oh, okay, so that's how was the service happen. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Mhm.
Man.
Yeah, I would say that listening to How Was the Service and then going to Grease Poppin', it felt like the tonal switch. I was like, wait, what? I'm like, this is a very happy song.
That's why I had to look. I'm like, oh, it's a bonus track. Okay. I remember like when I first heard, like, oh, this totally went off like totally different sonically. You know what I mean? How it sounded like from what you left us off on, and then boom. And I was like, oh, it's a bonus.
But also still with him peanut butter jelly. Then you said and cooking cocaine in the same pot.
Yeah.
I was like, wait. I was like, hold up.
I was rocking with it. I was like, hey, this, but hey, that's hard. I like all his little like one thing I think we mentioned it, that I think you like I said with the character, like the character what's the word I'm looking for? That he added into this to me.
Yeah, character identity.
Yeah, but charisma and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you put a lot of that into this project that was like stood out to me. Not saying like you didn't have any in like your last project, but I feel like more it's like you're more comfortable. Like
yeah, it's more
like you
developed.
more like you said, you got better and you could tell. You can
Yeah,
notice
and then too,
the progression.
this is a result of a lot of studio time as well. I got to shout out my boy Markel Turner. We recorded a good bit of this album at his crib. This it was around the corner from my house, so it's like I could get there easily, and people from my part of town could pull up and chill and shit like that. So that's kind of where because my idea of how to make a classic album is find a place that you're comfortable in, have all your friends pull up, and make music. That's how you make a classic hip hop album.
I was gonna ask you, you think you could have made this in California?
I'm wrong in California.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
But just
So it's like it's you know, and that's the centerpiece of the whole album. So I think I learned how to infuse it, but then again, I was just home. Like before with Malik Ruff, I spent months in California making that. With this one, I was back and forth. So it's like I was home 4 days ago. So it's like for me to make that in California is not hard. But
right on.
the reason, like, I made I made this shit at home basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I could tell, like you saying, being comfortable, having your homies, and like you feel the essence of like your environment, like being there, and then actually, making these songs probably even felt even better. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm thinking. Like just the environment. Now, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, then we have the last track, The Water Boy. And I believe you actually make a Bobby Boucher reference with you having the juice in this song, correct? I was like, okay, I like where you going with
He's
that.
always having the juice. What do you mean by Bobby Boucher?
He said about because Bobby Boucher is
Water boy.
Yeah, but I think he said at one point having the juice.
I'm confused.
I'm pretty sure he says that.
I don't remember. I gotta look at the lyrics.
Yeah, I gotta look.
And see, that's why I need the lyrics to be able to really look at it.
But the only Bob Boucher reference is like the football plays in the beginning.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, the football.
But
I was thinking.
I probably did say something about
Bobby Boucher.
You say what?
I probably did say something about that though. I gotta look at the lyrics.
But I was thinking about the football plays in the beginning and stuff like that. And then I watched one of your interviews before, and you say you played football. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking, hey, he may be reminiscing on some football stuff as well in this. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I was
all my friends play football, so that's where all these people come from. That's where I met most of these people. Like the Devontae character played football with me. You see what I'm saying? So it's like just kind of explaining, like, all right, we met in this kind of disciplined, innocent thing that's meant to grow a bond between people.
Yeah.
And that bond carried over into this environment where it's like, now it's, something we can't shake. You see what I'm saying? I got these attachments now. So
and like
that's where our bond comes in at.
And you had a line, I don't know if it was in this song, but you goes, like, we all don't start this way pretty much. Like we all don't start bad or whatever. And then you said something about how your dreams start to dwindle pretty much. And I'm like, okay, I got you. You know what I mean? I forgot what you said, something about your dreams, but you didn't say dwindle. You said
I said all of our dreams got anorexia, the margins were slim.
Yeah, that's it. That line hard.
Yeah, I love that line.
That's it right there. But I'm saying, like, that hit me. I'm like, man, and it made me think about all the kids we played up Pee Wee football. Some of them right now in prison. Some of them over here. And it's just like, dang, we all didn't start off this way. We were just innocent kids. And like, I don't know. I'm gonna say that's why a lot of stuff you were saying in this project, bro. I'm like, yo, this thing gonna be in my top 5, this year. I'm like, man, like I related to this project so much. And it was crazy because when this album came out, a week before, I was saying how like I'm getting older, I'm not getting connected with no album no more. Like I was just saying it, and boom, you dropped this, and I felt like totally different. Like I actually have a connection with a project at 30 years old. And I'm like, I ain't been connected to a project in years, bro. So I'm like, not hip hop, be honest with you, but I'm like, that's why I'm like, yo, we talking about this album. That's why I sent it to you. I like, we talking about this album, bro. It's dope. But yeah,
I mean, honestly, that was the whole album right there.
Yeah, but
I mean, we needed the breakdown.
Yeah.
With y'all knowing what y'all know, can we comfortably call it a classic hip hop album? With y'all knowing these layers on what I'm doing and the intention behind it, does it boost y'all rating? Or does it knock it down?
It boosts my appreciation for the music for sure. Classic is a very loaded one because I think everyone looks at classic differently because we look at Illmatic as a classic because of one, well, not even Illmatic. Let's even go further back. Paid in Full for how Rakim was rapping on it.
It shifted the culture.
Exactly. So it's one of those things of like, but also I consider like a Freddie Gibbs Pinata a classic album just based off the music. So I think that's a weird, it's a weird like question, like, is it classic based off of like, will it be able to shift the culture or is it just a classic based off of the great body of music that you gave us?
See, it's also time. And also, do you think it has something to do with more people listening? What you think?
More people
like,
listening to hip hop?
No, more people listen to that album. Because you know how when people get something labeled a classic, it has like this mainstream appeal as well. And that's one thing, like for me, throughout time, I say, yo, this personally, I'd be like, yo, Malik Ruff and A Magnolia to me are classics. Like, but I'm like, some people probably look at me and be like, I don't even know those projects. So, you know what I mean? And I'm like, because they want to know that Illmatic, you gotta have that name to it. But like to me, you put out this like to me is classic worthy type of project. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a really honest person. But like, nah, this is but I'm saying like how people look at it. Every, to me, I always feel like it's like I guess an audience of like a big like mainstream when they label the classic. But me, I could be like, yo, he put out like a little he put out a classic tape. But I'm saying I don't know if everybody else will say it. You know what I mean?
That can come later.
Yeah, throughout time.
Yeah, like even, because just like what you were saying, like there's something happening in Baton Rouge where it's the alternative to, what we used, what we're known for. So it's like, the culture shift can happen in that area. And it's like, also, bro, too, I didn't know about MF Doom and Mad Villain.
Yeah.
But when I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, this a classic. Yeah. Just off the singular perspective of it and the uniqueness of it. Like only this person could make this at that time type shit. So what I'm searching for is a connection.
Yeah.
That you was talking about. So it's like if it made you feel a certain type of way, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. I'm saying you got that from me.
Yeah, so it's like when because it's like it just dropped a week ago. So it's like when it gets to making its rounds and like the word of mouth, it gets to overseas, and when the conversation really starts to happen, like, oh wait, Quad probably dropped one of the best rap albums of the year. So I feel that's when we gonna start to have this dialogue too. And then too, my next album gonna be better. So that's when the conversation gonna really have to start. Like, wait a minute, this nigga just dropped. Hold on, wait. This. Oh, okay, we got to start talking about this because it's starting to get undeniable. So this is my attempt to make something undeniable. I think I got closer to the mark than I did with previous ones. So yeah, we'll see.
Like I said in the review, I said this is your best body of work, like to me. I think this is like everything he can, like he showed you, like you can see all the things he did, and now you see how like he got better throughout time, and then he put all of the things that he was good at into this project. To me, that's how I see. I'm like, yo, this right here is one of them. That's how I felt.
Yeah, for me, I really, really enjoy this project, especially since before we were scheduling this interview, like I said, I had to go back to Malik Ruff to see like, okay,
what's the progression?
Yeah, like I gotta see the progression. Where was he at before this? And is this really his best body of work? So I went back to it. I'm like, I could see what's happening here. And I see what you took from here and where you really progressed and where you really evolved as an artist and obviously lyrically and writing wise with Ask a Magnolia, because it just feels a lot more focused. It feels a lot more intentional. It feels like it's you shooting straight and you know exactly where you're aiming at. So for me, obviously this is going to be your best body of work that I've heard so far. I do plan to do like my whole backtrack and listen to everything else previously because I still enjoyed Malik Ruff. I'm not saying that that's a bad project by any means, but you could definitely see that Malik Ruff and Ask a Magnolia are two separate projects. Like you said, you approach each project not trying to make number two of the last one. You're trying to make something different with this one, which this does sound different from Malik Ruff. Like I'm saying to people who are watching and listening, Malik Ruff is not a bad project. This project is just so good.
It's good, yeah.
Like it's really, really good. So, there's good points in Malik Ruff still. I do want to highlight that.
So you liking the reception you getting from this project, like overall?
Oh yeah, bro. I mean, the people fucking with it, which is the best feeling. Like it's just even y'all want to
Yeah.
talk about it. Like
Yeah.
this, it's touching something.
Yeah.
It's making people. I hope it makes people fall in love with
Yeah.
this thing that we love so much, which is hip hop. Like, this is because we would at the 52nd year when
Yeah.
somebody turned 52, they starting to realize what they good at and
Yeah.
who they are and what's really their purpose in life. So, it's only right that we get a project like mine, which, in the genre, this is what hip hop is supposed to be. It's a voice for people who can't speak no more or, just don't have the opportunity to or the platform to be the person in front of the mic.
Right.
So the person in front of the mic has a responsibility to tell these stories, tell the truth, speak truth to power, like I did in Seeking You Shall Find. Talk about these things in our society that are uncomfortable. So that's what this album is to me. So
Hey, it's one of my favorite albums this year.
Yeah, it's a great coming of age
It
story,
might, hey
basically.
man, it might be my. We gonna see at the end. It might be my number one, man. I don't know. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, man, I
the
was like,
only
yo,
to me, the only thing that's whooping me is Kendrick drop.
yeah.
Oh no,
That's
we not gonna act like Common ain't dropped this shit.
Coming out was dope, but
yeah,
Kendrick,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit. Calm
but
down was nice. I like Calm.
yeah,
But
but like, yeah, Kendrick,
but
because Kendrick
yeah,
having a great year already, and then if he dropped that album,
Yeah, but it's expected though.
yeah, it's Kendrick.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not looking.
but
Hey,
that's
like
what I'm
I'm looking for
saying.
new voices in hip hop.
we
We're
try to
looking
get
for new
the
voices
guys
in hip
like
hop.
you, man. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing whooping me.
But he
Vincent
think
dropped
it'll
already.
bury it pretty much. Yeah.
Vincent
Yeah.
dropped already. Cause all right, this is me being the MC arrogant. It's only 4 MCs that can give me problems or like they keep me up at night on some shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar,
Okay.
Yeah.
Vince Staples, Mick Jenkins, Tierra Whack.
Yeah.
Okay. Tierra
Okay.
Whack
Those are
was
Tierra
four.
Whack.
somebody I didn't. Okay. Mick Jenkins is definitely someone.
Mick
That's
Jenkins, that
someone who I
patience he
also
put
wanted to
out.
say, like, if he was in, if a Quad was in the blog era, he'd be like in that realm, near Mick Jenkins, which he actually popped up in my Spotify earlier this week.
So what do you think about J. Cole, man?
I love J. Cole. I get a lot of shit from J. Cole, but I feel I got him. I my A+ game and like I feel a 10 out of 10, I'll get 6 from Cole on my A+ game. That's how I feel. And that's why, because Cole, people, man, Cole is one of the ones, bro. When Cole get going, he's one of the best MCs ever.
Right.
So it's like that's my bar too.
Yeah.
But I feel I got Cole. I feel I got Cole now. Cole can turn up. Cole can give me 40. Cole give me 40 like young fella. But I'm like Anthony Anderson on Edwards, my bad. I'm coming dunking. I'm gonna say some shit.
Right.
Now with Kendrick, that's a whole nother animal. And I really gotta buckle down, read some books. Um, you know, let's
you
get
actually
with.
you actually collaborated with an artist that I thought sounded just like J. Cole 2 years ago. Topaz Jones. To me, he sounds like J. Cole. Like how I don't know if it's like his rapping, but just how he sounds. Like I listened to his project he put out I think it was like 2022 about the Call Your Mama.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually what inspired the videos for A Magnolia too.
For real? Yeah. Because he put out a short film. Like a short film, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember when that came. Yeah. But nah, I remember I saw that y'all did a song together. I'm like, this dude right here, I remember he sounded like J. Cole to me. But I remember listening to his album. His album's pretty dope. And that short film was cool.
But
It was dope.
that's the same thing Chase said. You from Texas.
Yeah.
Of course, a nigga from New Jersey and a nigga from North Carolina will sound the same to you. These two different niggas regions. Nah, I ain't hear that.
You don't hear it?
Topaz Jones don't sound nothing like J. Cole to me.
Yeah, man.
See, I need to
I'm gonna have to listen to hear J. Cole, bro. I mean, I called him J. Cole.
I knew what you meant.
Bro, he sounded like J. Cole to me, man. And like, I got family from Carolina, bro. Like, you know, it's not like I'm telling you, bro. He sound like him to me. He a dope rapper though. He's dope. I like him. But I don't know. He just sound like J. Cole to me. I don't know why.
He don't sound like probably the tone. That nigga don't sound that.
I think it's the tone, bro.
Like J. Cole, like yeah, probably the tone.
I'm gonna let my boy over here hear, bro. I don't know what I'm hearing, bro. I always hear it, bro. I'm like, man, he sound like he could be a Dreamville artist. He just sound like.
Oh, I mean, that. Yeah, like he would be a good addition to that. You know.
Yeah, he would.
Actually, Dreamville ain't signed nobody in a while too, but they got too many artists though. They got about 9 artists, so.
Reason might go over there.
Yeah, so yeah.
All right. Next topic.
But who's talk about merch and stuff?
Yeah. Right? So question is, because I already asked you in the DMs, what's the merchandising looking like, man? Like what are we doing with that?
Oh,
are we gonna do anything about that?
What we gonna do is y'all see how I did the American face. Mm-hmm. We're going to do country specific merch runs. Mm-hmm. I got my logo with the my name with the American flag, you know, colors in my name.
Right.
Then we're going to do a UK shirt like that. Then we're going to do a Jamaican shirt like that. But in each shirt is going to be exclusive to that region. Only people in the US can get the American one. Only people in the UK can get the British one. Only we going to try to get it to where only people in the Caribbean can get the Jamaican.
Right.
And the fourth one we going to do, which this shirt is going to be, all the proceeds are going to go to a charity, you know, that we got to research and vet. We're going to do a Palestinian flag shirt.
Okay.
So the proceeds from that shirt going straight to either a children's organization,
right,
or any organization that is wholeheartedly helping that movement.
Okay.
So that's our plan. We're gonna coincide that with the drop of the short film as well. So be looking for that before the holidays.
Right on. We will, man.
All right.
I think it was one more thing I wanted to ask you, bro. I think it slipped my mind. God damn it.
Is it my merchandise?
You ain't gonna try to do no touring or anything this year? I mean next year? Hop on somebody?
Yeah. We in talks. I'm not gonna promise nothing, but we definitely in talks. We definitely in talks. And also anything could happen. Somebody might be going on tour and want to take me on tour because I got a little buzz with the album just dropping. So tomorrow I could be going on tour. So
right on.
You know, that's in the talks right now.
Right on.
All right. We'll be looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And honestly,
most definitely.
Quad, great album with A Magnolia.
Yeah.
Obviously, so far from what I've heard, magnum opus worthy for you.
Yeah.
I am really looking forward to see how you tackle and approach the next project.
Oh yeah.
Because for me now, it's highly anticipated. So you can't disappoint now. You can't do it.
I don't want to put too much pressure on him, man.
Nah, you gotta put the pressure on.
Pressure makes diamonds. I don't plan to. Yeah. I actually plan to blow your mind.
Yeah.
That's my plan. I actually plan to blow your mind. Like, yeah,
remember Boondocks. Remember Boondocks. That's it. That's all we're gonna remember Boondocks.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Remember these things. I'm telling y'all. Remember these things because in the future they're gonna be worth something. So keep in mind these things. But yeah, I'm about to freak out. I'm about to take off. I'm taking off the limiter.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any last words that you?
Yeah. Hey man, thanks for putting out this really good body of work, man. Hey, like you want to say, a classic, man. Personally, class for me right now, man. Hey, this one I go to every day. I'm not even lying. I don't know how many times I played this project. Like I said, it's like your favorite episode of a TV series. your favorite movie. You just play it, pop in, you know, and also like I took time away going back and listening to it, hearing new things, and also hearing your perspective on some of the things now adds more to the project to me. So now when I go back and listen to it, I'm gonna peep some of the things you said, connecting this and that. So, hey, we appreciate you coming on here as well, bro. Like, hey, some people, you know, like I said, we ain't got no big platform. So pretty cool that you came on and talked to us, man, and talked about the album. And I know you really like this, bro. You really love this because you want to actually talk about your work, you know what I mean? So
I mean, bro, I'm down to talk about hip hop, like, you know, like I talk about, you know, like I do this shit for free. You see what I'm saying? You know, like I talk about this shit with no cameras on. So you know, like it ain't nothing to do it in front of camera. But one thing I wanted to hip y'all too, if y'all follow me on Instagram, and it's a post with a Polaroid that says "Ask a Magnolia now." I mean, Ask a Magnolia out now. Slide through the carousel, and you notice it say season 1, Ask a Magnolia. So keep your eyes peeled for season 2.
All right, bro.
Sounds like a deluxe is on the
horizon. Hey, we gonna see.
No deluxe. Just like when you said, it feels like your favorite season 2. To a TV show. Season 2, whole nother different animal.
Right on.
That's what I'm saying. New album, Boondocks. Keep that in mind.
You gonna be thinking, right? I got you.
I'm here. Right, is there any last words you want to get off and tell the people, Quadry?
Last words. All praise be to Allah in every situation.
All right, guys. That was Quadry on Ask a Magnolia, breaking down his album.
No problem, bro.
Thank you for being on this platform and being willing to come on and break down the music and actually talk about it.
Hey, because this was a breakdown. Because we went through some technical difficulties and everything. We got it done though.
Yeah.
Nah, it's all good. We need to get this out to the people so they know that this is something that they need to tune into. This is something that they need to listen to so they have a full understanding of what's out there. They don't gotta listen to that bullshit if they don't want to.
Facts.
I agree.
So let's get these people a choice. So they can never say that they have no choice.
Right on.
No, you choose to listen to that bullshit. That's what you like. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to yourself. Because if you wanted this real shit, I'll have $1 million.
Yeah.
So that's another reason. Let's stop lying to ourselves. We like that bullshit. Let's embrace it.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. But anyway, thank y'all for having me, man. Cause
no problem.
I mean, you know, just like y'all said, you know, I mean, my thing is always connecting with like-minded people. You know, like you don't gotta be the biggest platform, you know, because to be honest, GQ ain't got what they know about what I'm talking about.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They would have to get somebody from what you see what I'm saying, where I'm from, to have a good dialogue. So this is a good forum to explain this shit because y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know the questions to ask. Y'all know how things interlock and make sense. So yeah, man. I thank y'all for having me on, and we can put this out for the people, and let them know that just like I said, it's something that they need to be tuned into, and something that they probably need in their lives.
Right on.
I agree.
So, all right, man.
All right, but that's been it. Quadry, Ask a Magnolia out right now. Make sure you guys check it out. Spotify, Apple Music.
Go get it.
Yes, sir.
It's available.
All that is everywhere. We about to get it on JPEG.
Yeah.
Thank you, Quadry, for coming through.
All right, man.
Peace.
Thank y'all. All right, peace.
Problem.
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.